Good evening and welcome to the Poetry of Justice show with Jackie Ray Phillips on YikesRadio.com and AccelerateRadio.net. Here on the Poetry of Justice show, this is where social consciousness meets the arts. And what we do is we select topics that spark the interest and awareness of social diversity, ranging from arts, entertainment, and social justice at large, leaving our listeners thinking and saying
YikesRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are the very sultry sounds of my mentor, the Mr. Kevin Nash. Mr. Kevin Nash is the owner of this proprietorship here at Accelerated Radio, and I always like to take the time to give Mr. Kevin Nash a very special shout out, because if it was not for his brainchild here at Accelerated Radio, it would be so impossible for me to do what I so love to do here on Saturday nights, ladies and gentlemen. So I just wanted to always give him a very special shout out, ladies and gentlemen. And then I give a very special shout out to my beautiful and adoring sister, Lori G, aka the Benefactor. How are you tonight, gorgeous?
I am doing well tonight. You excited tonight?
I love that dress. It's amazing.
Well, thank you.
You're amazing. I just want to also let everyone know that Lori is also the president of Gingy Productions and Entertainment Company. So thank you so much for your contributions and all that you do for us here on the Poetry of Justice show. And then I'd like to give a very special shout out to G Babies Catering. That's G Babies LLC, ladies and gentlemen. Giving him a very special shout out. He is most notably on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. So you want to check out Chef Mac, and he's at GBABBIES LLC, ladies and gentlemen. So I want you to make sure and check him out, Chef Mac, ladies and gentlemen. And then on the Poetry of Justice show, we also have very special in the house tonight. I call him around these parts the legendary Lord Rocca. How are you doing tonight, legendary Lord Rocca?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
You're welcome, sir. He is also the king of star and crescent casting, so he always has some exciting things going on there, and he's going to keep us filled on what's happening there, ladies and gentlemen. And I'd like to give a very special shout out and a very special honorable night to Rashid. How are you doing tonight, Rashid?
I'm doing fine. I'm just setting things up right now.
You're making it happen. So we are going to just have a really, really good time. I've got Lori G in the house. We also want to give a very special shout out to WMPJ Steelworks Incorporated, ladies and gentlemen, as well as APS Muscle Cars. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us here on the Poetry of Justice show. Jackie Ray Phillips on YikesRadio.com and AccelerateRadio.net. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a good night tonight. How you doing tonight, Lori G?
Well, you know, I am just really in awe tonight, because tonight it's about, getting our financial health together. Right? I think oftentimes we don't pay as much attention to our financial health from a longitudinal perspective, right?
What was that word?
No.
Who to what? Did you hear that? I was like, what? Who to what?
Like looking further down the road. I don't know if we always do that. So oftentimes, at least I know for me, sometimes my money just visits the bank.
Right.
It comes in on Monday and it's out by Wednesday. I got to pay Peter, Paul, and Harry.
Oh my
goodness. So there's always somebody to pay. But we've got some powerful people today that are going to give us some tips and some information on how we can become more financially healthy.
Oh my goodness. Exactly. So did you want to take the liberty of introducing our amazing guest tonight?
I do. That would be great. If I had my bio.
Of course, Nayandi.
But I have the lovely Nayandi here with us. But I did learn from Miss Nayandi is a native from Southern California, grew up in the South Central area, but migrated to the powerful city of Houston in the land of Texas, the red state. Gotta hear about the red state, right? And how that feels. But she is a financial wizard. And so she's going to share with us tips, information.
Oh my goodness.
All of that. And she has a 5-year-old.
My goodness.
Yes, and a 12-year-old. I saw the 5-year-old. I didn't see the 12. Is the 12-year-old here?
No, she's not.
Okay, I saw the 5-year-old. Beautiful 5-year-old.
How are you tonight, Nayandi?
Well, I am great. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm still in shock, but
So
thank you for being here. And I'm ready to share this valuable information with our people, educate our people, the importance of finances and saving, because it's really, really important and needed in this, I'll say, recession or this tough time that we're going through right now. So I am happy to be here and share all the knowledge that I have.
What makes you so passionate about finances?
What makes me passionate is that I was raised by a single mother, and we was never taught financial literacy. So I didn't learn anything about financial literacy, to be honest, when I really needed it. And it could have been great that I'll know a little bit of finances as I grew up or learn it at school to prepare me for life.
Yes.
So what makes me passionate that I didn't learn this at an early age, but now I have the opportunity to show my young ones and show many young people and families the importance of financial literacy and guide them through the right path. So when they need it, they already know the information.
Got it. I understand. Lord, that's amazing. What do you think about that?
I think that's incredible. I have a whole university of students who need financial literacy 101.
It's never too early. Kids can learn this it starts from home.
Okay.
Our education starts from home. So if we show our kids how to save money, count money, show them how to manage it, as soon as they grow up, they know what to do.
Okay.
As our money tell us what to do.
Okay.
We don't tell our money what to do, and that's our biggest mistake. If we knew how to tell our money what to do, we would not be in debt.
Okay.
We would have money saved.
Okay. All right. Go deeper than that for us. How can one get into that position? How do you position yourself and align yourself to be able to do so?
I have to train my mind.
Okay.
One, organize myself. And, as far as my expenses, what I do, I budget.
Okay.
They don't teach us how to budget. So what I do is, every week, every month, I make a list of the stuff that I need and I don't need. Because a lot of us spend stuff in unnecessary things and not in the things that we want to. We make excuses. Oh, I can't afford it. I can't do this. Yes, you can. We all have the same 24 hours to do.
Okay.
We just choose not to. But also, lack of information and education.
Okay. So Lloyd, what are you thinking? I saw your mind here going.
No, I'm so in agreement. I think who comes to mind is this guy Dave Ramsey. Are you familiar with him?
I've heard a lot about him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am just not a big Dave Ramsey supporter. The one thing Dave Ramsey did give me some good information on was car buying, which I think his advice was great. But he'll tell people like, oh, you have student loans. Oh, that's $50,000. Okay, commit to eating beans for the next 3 years to pay off that $50,000. And I just think that's not practical. So I'm hoping, Nayandi, that you bring
value.
Some practical things that don't seem too scary and don't seem so extreme in terms of our commitment to pay off debt. And I'd like to start maybe just with the question. Some people say that living in America equals debt. Yes. That you have to expect to be in debt. But then you hear people like David Ramsey who say living in America means being debt free. What do you think about that as a financial planner?
It's 50-50 to me. Like I said, it all comes down to financial literacy, as we are taught to go to school, then go to college. So as soon as we come out of school, go to college, what we do, we get ourselves into debt, student loans.
Out the gate.
50, 60, 80,000. And then we can't pay it off. But if we are taught in school opportunities, maybe a lot of us will not be in debt. The biggest debt here in the U.S. is credit cards and student loans. Those are the biggest debt. If we were taught, it wouldn't be so much debt. So I say it is tips to get out of debt. You just got to educate and look for the correct resources and information to not fall in that trap.
What do you think about credit? What is your overall view on credit?
Credit is needed here wherever you go here in the U.S. Without credit, you can't really do nothing. You can't buy a home, you can't get a car, you can't open a bank account. So credit is very, very important here in the U.S. A lot of people say money is everything, but credit is everything. Because with credit, if you have any emergency funds, but with that credit, you could do so much. Well, if you don't have credit, you don't have cash. Well, you can't really do anything.
That's so true. What are you thinking, Lori?
I agree, but I would like for you to spend a couple minutes on how credit cards work. Okay, because for me, way back, in the 1800s when I went to school, there was a desk. A person was sitting out in front of the bookstore just giving away credit cards. And how they articulated it to me at an 18-year-old was, oh, here's $500 free dollars, right? And that's not true. And we don't know much about interest rates, and we don't know much about principal versus interest. And you can, those credit cards is $500. It may take you 500 years to pay that off.
Correct.
So if you could share with our listeners, credit card 101.
I can elaborate a little bit about the credit cards. Credit cards, they tell us credit cards is not good. That's a lie. Credit card is good. It depends on how you use it in your mind. As far as credit cards, credit card is 35% of your credit. A lot of people don't know. It's very important. The reason why the credit cards are designed to help you build your credit.
Okay.
Build your credit. How do it helps you build your credit? Like, for instance, if your credit card is $500, you would not use the $500. You'll use 30% or less.
Okay.
30% or less.
Now, what's the logic? Give me the methodology.
So say from each $100 you use $30. Okay. From $100 you use $30, and within to build your credit, you have to pay it before the bill cycle.
Okay.
Because it reports to the credit bureau. So say if you use the $100, make sure you pay it 15 days before the due date. The reason why, if you don't pay it, what happened? Your credit go down and your score go down.
Okay.
And it will impact your credit as a negative that you paid late.
Okay.
So I always recommend on credit cards, utilize it under 30%. Y'all can also follow me for tips also.
Go ahead and give those handles now if you don't mind.
Okay, y'all can find me on Instagram as Denisha Financial Operations and on Facebook as Nayeli Santos. You can also follow me on TikTok as well as Denisha Financial. I'm always giving tips in Spanish and English because I'm also bilingual. So I also teach our Hispanic people the importance of financial literacy due to that we are not taught. So I'm very passionate about showing that. So like I say, on credit cards, the only thing I recommend is when you get a credit card, don't use it all. Always use it on the 30% limit or less if you can. And when you use whatever you use, make sure you pay it 30 days before. And I'll give y'all one trick as that will help you. What you could do is pay half 15 days before, and then the other half 3 days before, because to the system is that you make 2 payments in a month. What happens? Your credit score go up, and you have a positive impact in your credit. So that's one little tip I can give you. So on credit cards, you pay 15 days before half, and 3 days before the other half.
Got it.
The reason why to the credit bureau is that you make 2 payments at one. And what happened? Your credit score goes up. And if you keep on doing that every month, guess what? You're building positive credit line. You building, and to the lenders, you're not scary. If you want a loan, they're gonna give it to you. Why? Because you are paying on time monthly.
Got it. Did you look at that, Lori? Yeah. What do you think about that, Lori Rocker? What you say, Lori Rocker's like what?
Nah, that's beautiful. That's a good credit score advice, because I'm just now getting my credit up. Got serious about my credit at the end of last year, and it went up 100 points already. So just listening to Nayeli and other experienced people when it comes to finance. So yeah, it's working, y'all.
Yeah, I think the one thing is that you never pay just the minimum amount due, right?
When you pay the minimum, it just increases your score 1 point. So always try to pay more than you can, or call your bank and let them know what is the date that they report to the credit bureau, because the date that they report to the bank is totally different the date that they report to the credit bureau. So if you use the whole amount of your card, make sure you pay it before, so it won't impact you in your credit score.
Yeah, so it's just being ahead of the game.
Yes.
Right. Now, what
Giving y'all some
if
tips.
let me give you a little scenario here. So I got this credit card for $500, and I spent $480, and I can't pay the $480 off
At once.
What would be a good plan or strategy for me to use so that I'm not negatively reported?
The only thing I can say is call the bank and do a half and half payment. Instead of paying all at once, like I say, use the trick. 15 days before, pay half. Then the other 3 days, you pay the other half, so you won't feel it that you pay all at once.
Oh,
It
yeah.
So
give
when you
time.
say half, is that half of
Half
the
of the
minimum
amount.
amount
Half of
due?
the amount.
Okay.
Half and half.
So
Full
not
balance.
the whole
Full about- no.
not
Half
the
of
four.
the
Not
minimum.
already pay half.
Oh, half of
and
what
then
they're
another
asking
half.
for.
And then by the time it reports to a credit bureau, guess what? Your score could go up to 100, 150 just by that payment,
Wow.
instead of just 1 point or 10 points.
Right.
And guess
That's
what? You
crazy.
could get a credit increase by the bank because you paid more. They trust you, so they can lend you more money because you paid what you owe.
Now talk about that. Should I be interested in that?
Yes,
Remember,
you
I
should.
couldn't pay off the $480 balance, but I'm paying on it, $30 at a time. And they say, "Ooh, Lori, we're gonna give you $1,000 now." Should I say yes or no?
Yes, because it'll help you build more positive report on your credit. Like I say, when you get the credit increase, it works. But the problem is when we get more credit increase, we think there's more spending money. No, that's just for emergency. You just use what you need and try to pay it back as soon as possible. Because remember, it's for emergency. But I know a lot of cases, customers use all their credit card. Nayandi is emergency. Yes, I understand we're going through tough time, but try to pay as much as you can, so when your credit score go down, you won't be like, wow, my credit went from 600 to 540. It was because of them credit cards.
Ah.
Now, I've always heard that credit agencies, I don't know, do they report every 30 days? Do they report quarterly? I mean, I don't understand FICO score.
Well,
and who gets to decide what that score is?
Well, they report to the credit bureau every 30 days, but due to everything that's going on, it's taking 45 days to report to the credit bureau. So like I said, when it comes up to your bank, I always recommend to call each wherever you have bills, call to ask what day do they report, because the day that they report to your bank card is not the same day that they report to the credit bureaus. So I would recommend to call whatever company that you owe and ask them what is the day they report to the credit bureau, so you will know how much of time you have to pay that bill, and you don't be rushing.
Right.
That's
I think
awesome.
that's awesome. Now here I'm also interested in knowing, like, sometimes people will have, a credit card with Macy's, and then one with JCPenney, and then one with Nordstrom's, and they're not necessarily bank credit cards.
Their store credit.
Right, store credit. That's what the word I'm looking for. What's your opinion on that? Oh, we have a caller? All right.
All right.
Take our call.
Rushy, do your thing, baby.
Caller, are you there here on the Poetry Justice Show?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. How can I help you?
I was just inquiring regarding the live show I was just watching with Jackie Ray.
Hi, how are you tonight? Good evening.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing great. Thank you so much for calling us. What's your name?
My name is Dion.
Hello, Dion. Bless you, and thank you so much for joining us. Dion, did you want to share anything else tonight regarding finances, or financial literacy at all?
Yes,
Okay, go ahead, please.
I definitely. I'm trying to get myself situated, so anything that could help me in that process is what I need to hear.
Why don't you go ahead and take a stab at some of that, if you don't mind, Nayandi? Please go ahead and give us some
Hey, good
help.
afternoon. Thank you for tuning in and giving us a call. So, what is going on with your finances, to see what we could do to help you and get you through the right
There
path?
you go.
Well, I am newly separated, so I'm starting this new life. I formed an LLC back in November of last year. I'm not I've not done too much with it yet because I'm just now moving into my new place. And so I'm really just trying to find a way to get things funded with a new business. I've filed a Schedule C for the last 6 years, but now I've formed the LLC, of course. So I'm just needing some guidance as far as how to get my portfolio up there and what I need to do to just start to, really take charge of my credit.
Okay, my first advice is first we need to get your personal credit good. Make sure that we don't have a lot of negative items. If you have bills that you owe that are past due, try to get on track. I definitely could help you with all of that, give you all the information you need. But maybe when it's business credit, we got to make sure our personal credit is right. I know that you just said that you just got divorced, started a new life and everything, and we understand when that happens, everything falls into you, all them debts and everything, because you were married. So first thing we got to do is analyze your credit, check everything that is on there, and then from there I'll be able to help you, give you tips of what we could do to build your credit and get you there.
Okay. Okay.
And where can we people get in touch with you?
Y'all could give me a call at 713-894-9103. It is 713-894-9103. My name is Nayandi, and you could just send me a message just saying credit. And from there, I would contact you so we could book an appointment and see what is it that we need. If it's just building credit, or you need to get your credit repaired. So I always do analysis to see what is it that the customer need and how can I help them get them back on track. Because it's not about me. It's how many people we could help and how many lives we are changing.
With the recession that we're facing, and Dion, this is something that I could ask you too. Do we need to do something even more like in a turbo, in an overdrive fashion? What's happening with the Dow Jones? What's going to be happening with Wall Street? Should we be concerning ourselves with that?
Yes, we should. We should always be prepared for anything. Like, get ourselves prepared. Start stacking up, making sure our finances is good. Make sure that we have money saved, because we don't know what could happen. We don't know if any day they could say they're gonna shut down. So might as well just prepare ourselves right now.
Right. Wow.
Okay.
What are you thinking, Dion?
Just, when I left early part of this year, my plan was, okay, I'm going to be coming to some money soon this year, around July, August. So my whole thing was to, start doing tax lien certificates, trying to get some type of property under, paid for, so at least I know I have to wait a year to see what happens there. I've been trying to do drop shipping, just stuff at home, just trying to build multiple streams of income. I have a t-shirt business I've been doing at home already, so that's kind of trying to take off a little bit as far as the custom side of it. So I'm just trying to put my hands in different places so at least something happens. Don't know if that's smart, but
no, that's very
it's smart. Multiple stream of income. You're getting yourself prepared. You're getting income from everywhere, and that's really good. It's nothing bad with them. You're preparing yourself for anything. You don't have to worry.
What do you think about mutual funds?
Mutual funds.
We triggered a nerve here, Dion.
Me, because I don't know anything about mutual funds. I was in financial services for a while, as far as life insurance. I was doing that for a while, but I started thinking, I understand what life insurance is. I know the importance of it, but not everybody shares that vision. So I just watch a lot of people get in debt, being in financial services, just trying to make it and write these policies, and then most people are paying their phone bill or their car insurance over their life insurance, and so you wind up owing back. You write 9 policies, that's $9,000 that you owe back now. And if you do that 10 times, then and over every single day, and people are not paying bills. That's not that important to people. So I kind of stepped away from financial services on that end, but I do believe in it. I do still push it to people, but it's just not important to everybody.
That's what. Yeah, this is my right, Dion. I don't know. What are you thinking, Andy?
Well, it is very important due to that, as we know, people are dying from left to right.
Yeah.
So life insurance is very important. A lot of us, I say, our priorities is not right. A lot of us pay insurance for our phones, our cars, just like she said, but not on life insurance. That a lot of us, we have kids, and you're leaving that for your family when you could prepare that. Like I said, people say, "Oh, nothing's not going to happen to me." You never know. You never know.
We don't.
People prefer to do GoFundMe and car wash. Why? When you could just pay
after the fact.
After the fact, while you could just pay $25 or $30 every each month, and you protect your kids, and your family don't have to be running around finding a way how to do your services.
And then the beautiful thing, hopefully you have enough left over for them to be able to continue to build and legacy, some wealth. You know what
legacy
I mean?
and wealth. So it's not another bill. It's not another bill.
It really isn't.
It's not another bill. It's something that you secure your kid. It's a necessity. It's not a bill.
It's a necessity. You're right. It's like water.
Right.
You really need it. You really need it. You really need it.
You're right, Dion. I don't know. Yeah. But for those who can have it, it's good because I know in my life I've had times where I didn't have access to it. And that's another thing about access. You know what I'm saying? Can you help individuals with that?
I don't do life insurance, but I do have people that I work with that I could refer them. It's very important. It's just like financial literacy, credit. Life insurance is also very important. It falls in that bracket.
Okay. Wow. Man. What do you think about Aflac?
I haven't heard.
Okay, I was just wondering about that. The insurance, the extra insurance.
Well, you know what I do know about Aflac is that everybody that I know that have it, I'm not done in-home care for a while, and when you get their insurance, and Aflac is one of them, they actually pay you to go to the doctor. So if you go to the doctor, you get a $250 check. I mean, if your kids go, you get a check. If your husband go, you get a check. I don't know how they do that, but
that is so true.
That insurance.
You write that down. Aflac.
Kimmy had that. My cousin, she was always getting paid. When she had her foot surgery, it was like big checks,
I know.
Big checks. I'm like,
I'm not understanding how they do that, but I want it.
Exactly. It's that opportunity and access, right?
It is. That's
wow.
Oh my God, it's been a good time.
I definitely want that.
Hey, Derek.
I've accumulated a lot of things. In the early part of a few years ago, I was planning to open up a youth center for young entrepreneurs. So I started collecting businesses. I have a couple T-shirt business, heat press and silk screening, lawn care business, a mobile detailing business, and some light mechanic type, like check your oil, water, or fluids, put air in tires, things like that. Art. So I don't know yet if that plan is foiled. I still have all that stuff. I still would love to do all that stuff, but as far as funding go, I don't have it. I don't have it, and I've been paying for this storage just forever. It's like trying to figure out what can I do with all this stuff. I mean, my thing was to liquidate it this year. I'm like, I'm not going to go into next year with all this thing, and I've not done what I wanted to do originally.
Right.
So I don't really know if that's even. I've just been praying on it. Like, am I supposed to continue to do this or move forward or start a GoFundMe page just to get it done? I don't know.
Right.
But it's just something that I've been kicking around and trying to figure out because I don't want to continue holding stuff I don't need. If it can fund another business, then I'll get rid of it.
Makes sense.
Liquidate it and fund something else with that.
Well, you're definitely an entrepreneur. You are a leader and a queen by all rights, Dion. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely.
I just want you to know that we appreciate you so very much. And Dion, are you in the Los Angeles area?
I'm in Barstow.
Oh, okay, up in Barstow. How's the weather there today?
It's 106 right now.
Ooh, it feels like Lord your weather when you was in Phoenix, huh?
Yes.
It's hot. Oh my goodness. We thank you
It's very
so
hot.
much. It was hot in here. You remember Nelly Dion? He said it was hot in here. You gotta take off all your clothes.
Yes. I did that earlier. It was just too hot. I was like, oh my God. And
like,
it doesn't
I
reach
can't do it.
here until after 4 o'clock. So
Oh my gosh.
we just hit 106.
Man, oh my goodness. But I'm just, Rashid, I will not be complaining about what's going on here in Los Angeles. I will not. It feels
No.
good.
I wish I was in LA right now.
Oh my God, Dion, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight here on the Poetry of Justice show. We do this every Saturday night from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock p.m. So please hang out with us again if you don't mind.
I will, and I do all the time. This is the first time I actually call.
God bless you.
Oh
Thank
my
you so
God.
much, Queen.
Thank you
We
for
love
calling,
for
Dion.
that.
That's
See, look at your energy, Nayandi. You are a blessing, I
Yes.
told you. Now we got some more financial literacy. But Nayandi, before we let Dion go, can you please just reshare your handle so Dion makes sure she has everything and the other listeners as well?
So, y'all can reach me at 713-894-9103. That's my direct number. You can also find me on Facebook as Nayendi Santos, Nayendi Santos, Santos. You can also find me what is in TikTok, Instagram as Denisha Financial Operations. Message me, follow me. Also my link tree to book appointments. And I am here to help the community, educate them, get them in the right track. Get everybody in the right track. It's all about helping, educating, and spreading the love and the information, because information is free.
Yes.
It is free.
God
Yes.
bless you. Thank you so much for
You're
that,
welcome.
Queen.
I actually approached a few kids because I was thinking about starting a penny drive, and I was asking them, how do you know how much money you would have after end of a month after you collect one penny doubles every day for 31 days, how much money you would have? And no one knew that answer. Does anyone know that answer? If you take a penny and double it every day for 31 days, how much would you have?
Double it every day.
And the price, the amount would just kill you because it's over $10 million, and you don't understand how that even works. My mind can't even get around that.
Wow.
I've seen it. I did it on paper. I did it. I asked everybody, Google, Siri, Alexa,
Alexa,
everybody has
We are
an answer,
Googling
and
as
it's
we
like,
speak here.
Right, yeah, right. Shit, we're gonna Google right now.
Okay, so at the end of 30 days, it'll be $5,368,709.12.
My Jesus.
Okay.
Wow.
So how,
Damn.
that's not even it sounds so easy.
Right? But Lloyd, look at your
Wow.
face.
I know.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Mind-boggling.
Well, we got to get there, guys.
I was at a financial meeting, and they said that, and I wrote it down. So I went home and took a yellow manila pad and wrote it all out, and I was just like, no way. Why are we not doing? Why are churches not collecting pennies from everybody and making themselves financially? The whole congregation just can come up.
That's crazy. It's
I
insane.
spend my time feeding kids. I feed homeless people in the holiday seasons and things like that. I'm like, wow. I mean, come on now. We could do a lot with that.
Wow.
Pennies.
Wow. We're going to make it happen, guys. We're going to let some of that start right here with Nayendi and Dion. And we're going to all be like, hey, remember that night on the Poetry of Justice show when we were on our yachts just kind of sitting back and drinking Mai Tais and you know what I'm saying?
All from pennies.
Throwing pennies at each other.
Right. Exactly. We're just speaking it to existence.
Yes, we are.
Pennies. Yes.
All pennies.
Oh, my Lord. Thank you, ladies, so much. Thank you, Dion, so much for joining us tonight.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
All right,
you,
sis.
Dion.
Talk to you soon, Queen.
All right.
Good night. Oh, she's such a joy. Wasn't that a
great.
good time?
Yes.
God bless
Good
you,
energy.
Nayendi. Yes. So look at how do you feeling about that? The way that you inspire people. Thank you so much again, Dion. God bless you, Queen. What does it feel like for you?
It's just a joy. Like, I love just inspiring people. Like I said, I feel that my goal is here that leave a legacy. And as by me just sharing valuable information, I'm leaving a legacy because people are already thinking, oh wow, that might be me, oh that could help me. So I'm all about that. I love when I inspire people because I feel that I was born to inspire people and to change people's lives.
Oh my gosh. Well, savings. How do you like people to save? What's percentage of your income? How does that work? Do you pay yourself first when you get paid?
You pay yourself first.
What do you do?
Pay yourself first.
What do you think?
Pay yourself first.
You can. It's okay to pay yourself first?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
okay to pay yourself first.
Okay.
But also, like I said, there's many ways to start saving. What you could do also is get your bank statements. Get your bank statements and highlight all your expenses.
Wow.
And that's how you'll be able to know if you spend too much or less. So by cutting off a lot of unnecessary things.
Yeah.
Like the Starbucks.
Oh my goodness.
eating
Or
out,
Robex or DoorDash.
all of that.
But I get stars from Starbucks, which
Yeah, you
lead
get
to free
Starbucks.
drinks.
What do you
Yes,
think?
can
Does
do
that
That's
count?
a smart choice. Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes, but we can eliminate if you're really on a budget. You're looking forward to maybe get a house or get something major.
Yeah.
You will have to start cutting up unnecessary expenses.
You do.
Maybe for 3-6 months, stop going out instead of buying food. Buy food for the house and cook.
What a concept. I started doing that again on the real, y'all. I did, because my money started getting funny. Be like my daddy said, your money's funny, shawty. I was like, daddy.
And your
So
change
Tina
stream.
Burritos has become my best friend again. You know what I mean? I find myself running to the frozen food section, girl. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, I had to cut out all that DoorDash, since it was too much.
You add it up in
Even
a
when you
month.
spend the fees and the extra door fees.
Well, I think, and the
then-
prices at DoorDash are
It's
not
getting
the same
And
as
where
the
you live.
prices
Right.
in the
right.
facility.
Right.
It's not.
Like you can go into McDonald's and get something for $4, but on DoorDash
It's
$6.
18.
It's $18.
Right.
Right.
They're charging the gas, transportation, and the expense. So
Then you're gonna charge me again for the tip. You gotta do another.
you still gotta tip them as
gotta-
well.
it's-
So it adds up from them
It
$18. It add up.
It do. So I don't know, guys. You just gotta eat in. You just gotta do what you gotta do. You know
Well,
what I
I
mean?
think one easy place where you can start, I thought about this years ago, is lunch.
Lunch.
Like a lot of
Condensing.
people, buy lunch every day. And where I work, lunch every day is about $8 a day.
$8. That's a
$8.
good $8. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it. Well, I think $8 is
That's
a
like,
lot,
oh my God.
right? Because if
$8. What if you get $12 a day?
Wow, that's
Add that
even
in
more.
a month or in a
That's-
year.
that's ridiculous.
Just add that in a year.
I know, right?
$12
Do that
a
math.
day.
Okay, let's do that time 5.
Okay, so
5
here we
days
go.
a week.
So you're
if you
doing
working out of the
$12
home.
a day.
A day.
A day, just for lunch. This is lunch. This
Just
is
lunch.
lunch.
5
This
days
is that
a week.
big
You're
fat
doing
combo.
$60 a week just
Okay.
on lunch.
Time 52.
Time 4.
Time 52.
You're
is a
doing
year. 52 weeks in a year.
a month.
Do if you could do that number time 52.
Yeah, $2,880 is what you're just spending on lunch.
Lunch.
That's why I be feeling like, damn. I'm always got to work harder. I'm constantly got to work harder. I'll be like, Dion, I got to find another way to make some money.
That's
And I don't
that
want to
you can
cut
save.
back.
That's money that you
That
can
is
save.
money I can save by eating a Tina burrito. Straight real. On the real.
But I think, like you said, even
Ramen
small
noodles, my friend again.
changes, right? I maybe about 5 years ago had a coffee addiction, and I was going to the. Well, now I. No, I was going. You remember this was maybe a little longer than 5 years.
Were you
ago.
going 2 times a
We
day
were
getting the
going
ventis?
2 times a day,
Yeah, we were
getting
getting
those
32
venti
ounces, yes.
coffees, where I was spending like
You probably was spending $5,000.
yeah, like $10 a day just on coffee.
People do that.
Yeah, and
Well, you
don't
could do the
think
coffee
about
at
it.
home.
right?
Just
I
buy
do.
the coffee.
That's what I do now. I
And it's
drink my
cheaper.
coffee at home.
And you do it much better.
Yes,
And you
absolutely.
add what you want.
What do you
Right.
think, Rashi? You think you should be able to go to Starbucks and say, F it? What your thought is?
Now, when it comes to regard of your finances, whether or not if you yourself are in a bind, like I'm trying to cut things that accumulate your debt. That's the most important thing that you can do. Try to cut things that like aren't exactly necessary, because then at the same time, if you try to eat a like healthy lifestyle, like like when you want to do things the right way, but yet the right way is so dang expensive.
Yes, it is.
That's so true.
The right way is so dang expensive. So it's like it's very easy to go towards temptation, which is those fast food joints, which end up being more cheaper compared to
Whole Foods.
Compared to going the whole food route. But at the same time, there are little things that you can do to keep your finances in check while at the same time living a better lifestyle. Not so dependent on fast food, but not overly dependent on whole food.
But good balance, right? I think that's what we're looking for, some balance. What are your thoughts, Lori G?
Well, I think, going back to the Dave Ramsey example, where you're eating beans for 3 years.
And you've got to save your money and put them in envelopes, too.
Yeah, but I think that's so extreme, and we can't commit to that. So if I like going to Starbucks...
You had to put an envelope there that says Starbucks on it.
Right, but you cut back, right? So instead of going to Starbucks 5 days a week, maybe
10 times a week, because we were going 2 times a day.
I'm only going to go to Starbucks once a week or twice a week, and we wean ourselves off, I think, little by little, and then you're more liable to stick to that plan than you are these like
crash diet,
strict like take everything worth
living away,
right? Anything joyful away. I don't think that's a great pathway.
It's not right. What are your thoughts?
And like I said, success is not overnight, so you have to anything you do, you have to sacrifice. Anything you have to do sacrifices. So it's not overnight. You're just gonna have to train yourself little by little until you get the hang of it, little by little.
And I have a question for you. Talking about training yourself, you started our discussion about financial literacy and children are very important, right? So when should we start introducing our children to healthy financial living? Right? I have a grandson that's 4, and he thinks there's a tree that grows up in the backyard that you can pull into Target, and Target will put the toys in your trunk.
That's
and
my
I guess
5-year-old
take
daughter.
the tree. Right?
Oh my God!
That's my
COVID has
daughter.
messed children up with this
Yes,
drop off. So I mean, is he too young for us to start financial
It's
literacy?
not young. You just have to teach him. Tell him. They won't understand that monies don't go in tree, but show them like maybe how to earn money. They put their toys away. Give them $1. Or, do chores so they can see that to get money you have to work. You have to do something. Yes. Give them little chores, little things, so they can see, wow, when they go, how much they want something in the store, they could buy from their little money that they made, and see, oh, you want this for $2, but you just have $1. So stuff like that.
Right.
So it's never too early to teach your kids about financial literacy. It's never too early. Also, there's a lot of banks that you can open bank accounts for your kids at early age. It's a couple of banks at early age you can start opening your bank account to start saving money, so by the time they're 18 they have money saved. So it's never too early.
Never too early.
So, like, what would be the recommended allowance? Is that what you're kind of talking
You
about?
can say like 50 cents. It depends on the age, how much you want to give them, and they can start saving in the little piggy bank.
That still exists, huh?
It still exists.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. She said, yeah, it still
exists.
exists. Yeah, it's all right.
I teach mine to earn their money. You want something in the store? Okay. Do you deserve it? What have you done? Have you done your chores? Have you fixed your bed? Have you picked up after yourself?
Yes.
So have you done? Then you can get it.
Lori, please tell the story of the girls. You gotta tell the story tonight when we was in Broadway with the girls and with the shoes. Remember in the shoe department?
My God.
And when what John told you, you remember?
We're shopping in in a department store. We're in the shoe section, and my oldest daughter and my oldest niece, they are 2 weeks apart in age. They must have been about, 4,
maybe 3 or
4 years old, and they were just acting crazy, right? And I was like, you guys sit down and be quiet while I try on these shoes. And then my niece goes, well, how much money are you going to give us
if we're good?
If we're right?
Lori was mad.
I was like, what? That's
right. Who does that? She's straight up. How much money you gonna give us
how
to
much
be
money
good?
you gonna
See,
give me?
that's
to be
how we
good?
teach them
See what I'm
early
saying?
age because they already know how much money you gonna pay me.
To
What
be
you,
good.
What you gonna do?
That's good.
What you gonna do?
See what I'm saying? See, and Lori was like, I ain't even. Needless to say, we can't say
And she
on
was a
air what she
3-4?
said. Yeah.
You gonna have to call the child abuse hotline if you over there and sit down.
Like, oh my God.
But you know, my grandson, he gets it at 4. He came in and he goes, Nana, I need a job. I got to figure out how to make some money.
Yeah.
Call Papa. Mm-hmm. And he called his grandfather and he goes, Pop, you got to give me a job. Tell me how I can get a job because there's a new toy that I need to get.
Oh my God.
And he did. He had a list of things that he did. I think the problem with Gabriel's employment is it is highly compensated. Highly compensated.
But then he goes, because Mama say I can't just automatically. Mama say that my grandparents just can't automatically buy me stuff. I got to start buying stuff for myself. So I thought that was so sweet. So he's like, well, let me go to my granddaddy and see if he can help me get some money. Cause
Give me a job.
He said, I need a job.
girl, I need money.
He did.
At least he knew.
And he did. He got
job.
$6 for taking out the trash, which I think is highly compensated.
Yeah, that was a big one.
And he got $10 for bathing a little bitty dog. Our little dog, Blue.
But that's a big chore for a little fella.
That's a
I
big
think.
shore for a little guy. But
think so.
he
At an
took it
early
seriously.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 4, talking about he need a job to buy his toys. So just hear that, you know, your daughter and your niece, you know, just for sitting down, they wanted to get paid.
Exactly.
Now your grandson, look, he said, I need a job in order for me to
will
buy
do
a
so.
toy.
Yes,
You see the age, and they're very smart. They're very
are.
smart. One want to get paid just to sit down and be quiet.
that horrible?
Another one want to get paid, you know, for
to
finding
do
toys,
right,
to do right, and get paid.
No, where did we go
Hustle,
wrong?
man.
Can you talk
Hustle and free money.
There we go. Got the hustle.
Sorry, guys.
So, you know, Nindy, you talked about banks that have, you know, savings accounts and all of those things. What's a good age to really teach your children to go into the bank and make deposits and to take a percentage of their earnings to pay themselves first?
As I would recommend, as far as the parent, just save their money, and to with the parent for its right age, let them take control. As us parents, just save it. Also, you know, as our kids are growing, this is another tip. You know, if you want to build credit for your kids, you know that you could add your kids as an authorized user to start building their credit. And when they turn 18, they already have good credit. But you don't give them the credit card. You keep the credit card. You could add your kids as an authorized user and start building their credit at an early age.
Wow.
Is there another way to do that besides that?
That's one way.
What's another way you could build your child credit besides?
That's just one way. Maybe open an account, but for me, it's add them as an authorized user to start building their credit. That's the correct thing. So when they're 18, well, you know, they have a good credit, nothing on their account. And at 18, they can get their first car, their first apartment, you know. And also, if you're saving the money on their bank account at an early age, you know, they're getting their little allowance, you can start adding that money to the bank account. So when they turn 18, not only they have money saved, but they also got good credit.
Wow.
See, we had to change. Game changers. We had to change.
is just,
get money.
right.
I just want to be in a better position. You know what I'm saying?
I think
like,
we definitely
damn.
do. We do.
I don't know.
So, talking about getting into a better position,
All right.
what would be, if we thought about the ABCs of good financial health, what would be step one that I would take to try to change this trajectory that I'm on, where I get $20 on Monday, and by Saturday I've spent 19. So I got $1 that I'm holding on.
I get
to the
25.
next
I'm spending
period.
19 day one, and then I'm broke.
That's what I say. We don't wait 5
I'm
days.
broke
We
as
wait
a
in
joke.
seconds.
Then I just gotta wait
How
until
do
the next
we
check
change
comes.
that? How do we change that?
It's gotta
It's
eat
just
top
our
up.
mindset. It's just our mind. We tell our mind what to do. You know, sometimes we're very impulsive. You know, ask yourself, do I really need it or I don't? Or is it worth it? You know, it's just us. It's just our mind.
But what about multiple streams of income when it comes to spending money and then like, oh, you get this check and you spend it, you gotta wait to the next. But if you had different ways of bringing in money, then you wouldn't have to worry about it.
That one
running
check.
out that one check.
For sure.
It's just budgeting and what you're.
But again, what happens when if you on a straight reel? Let's say you have 3 funding streams of income, but on each one, as soon as you get your bread, you using it up. You know what I'm saying? Is that I know that's not healthy. That's why people need to call you.
The more money we get,
713 number.
the more money we get, the more we waste.
What? See?
The more money we get, the more we waste.
And then the other part, the government take. You see what I'm saying? That tax situation.
Because
we just use it.
Everything. I don't know if it's different for women, because I know women. Yeah, I need a lot of stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
So men, we simple. We haircut, sandwich. We good. You know.
What about them tennis shoes?
True.
Every
and the Stacey Adams.
That's true.
Every collection.
But what we
Plus
do, we go shopping.
That's more
1 month. 1 month. And then we get all the shoes we need for that 1 month. We probably not buy another pair for another 6 months. This is how I do it. I go shopping,
get what you need,
and I get some shoes that'll last me.
I mean, I forgot the last
6
time
months.
I went shoe shopping.
You can't remember you said?
I can't remember.
We got your just shoe game. You just be like what?
Yeah, like I got my different color shoes for different color outfits, and I just rock that. And it's like if those shoes start to break down, it's like, oh, okay, now it's time for me to get a
right every 6 months.
Right.
But I think you have to approach it by building a collection, right? You build a collection slowly. And I think sometimes as a people, we're quite impatient.
Yes,
right?
we are.
So,
We're patient.
Yeah.
You like that?
We
Are you
want
like that?
right now.
Yeah, that's a problem for me too.
Now,
mine, give it to me. That's mine. Give it to me.
Or I'll go, instead of buying one pair of black
I
shoes,
want every
I'm
color.
going to buy
At least every color they make, girl.
I want
At
these
least
in
try
black,
to.
navy,
Right.
and
the tan. Exactly.
We're impulsive.
Right.
Impulsive.
Right.
Right.
And then you got to pre-order this shit.
Oh,
You see,
my
remember you go
God.
there and got to get in the pre-orders. I remember those days.
So this is the thing. So on the Experian app, I don't know, Andy, if you know about this. On the Experian app, they allow you to add your bills so you can boost your credit.
Experience boost. There's one time.
Experian boost, yeah, one time. So I added my phone bill. So every time I pay my phone bill,
It goes
credit
up.
goes up. I added my Hulu. Now I can.
Okay, I don't know that. Tell me more. Tell our listeners more about that. What is
so
that?
I will
What is
explain
that?
it. So now I'm having fun watching this basketball game and getting my credit up as I'm watching the basketball game, because I'm watching that basketball game on Hulu, and Hulu is added to my Experience Boost. So for those who don't know, Experience Boost, and I know Andy can explain it way better than I can. Experience Boost is where the app Experian, which they is an app that lets you see your credit and where you are with your credit score. On there, they allow you to add your bills that you pay on monthly from one. It gotta be from a certain account. So let's just say you pay all your bills on your Chase account, through your Chase debit account, or credit card, whatever you have, whatever account you have that you pay your bills on. You log in with that account on the Experian app, and they check and see, okay, you've been paying this AT&T bill consistently, we're gonna add it to the Experian Boost. You've been paying that gas bill consistently through this account, we're gonna add it to the Boost. And that's how that works.
And so it helps boost your overall credit score.
It's your
Every time
FICO
you pay it.
score. So the Experian is one of the main. It's multiple credit bureaus, but it's one of the credit bureaus. The Experian is a FICO. That's the one they use mostly, to buy homes and everything. Mm-hmm. That's mostly what they use. And the information that Danny said is correct. With the Experian app, if you have multiple bills that you pay every month, that could help you build your credit. Because if you do one late payment, what happened? Your credit score going down. So you have a positive way to build your credit. You just use the credit card that you use to pay all your bills. If you want to have one that you paid all your bills, you just open it. It's free. It is free of charge. You just go to Experian, make your account. When you make your account, you'll be able to see what's your score, whatever is your score. Go and look for Experian Boost. Add all your you're gonna ask you for your name, your debit card information. They're gonna scan to see how many bills have you paid, all the accounts, and you get your credit increase for one time. for just paying all your bills. It could be 80 points, 70 points, 100 points, and your credit go up.
Wow.
And every time you add more bills,
It goes up.
you can add it, and your credit go up. So that's another way to build your credit,
That's amazing.
and it's free.
Yeah.
It is
Like,
free.
How long has that been going on? Is that new?
It's been going on for a while, but a lot of
Really?
people don't know these resources.
Wow.
So there's a lot of ways to build your credit for free. We just got to get the correct resource and the correct information.
Right. Because I always heard in order to build your credit, you got to pay off them bills. You got to pay off that debt, pay off that debt.
It's different. It's multiple ways.
Now
That's
it's
one
multiple
way.
ways. Yeah,
that's one way. But it's not always the good way, because a lot of people tell you, pay that debt, and your credit go up. No, it's not. Not all the times.
Wow.
Sometimes they tell you to pay the
Keep my
the
money.
debt, but are you paying that debt to that collector or that third party? So the correct way is you're gonna pay that debt. Make sure you ask them for a validation letter. The reason why is that validate. Soon as you pay that debt off, it will get removed from your credit. It will get removed from your credit because you pay these debt, and what happened? It just changed as paid off, and it's still on your credit.
Yeah.
And what
Talk
happens?
about the validation letter, because
Yeah.
I always thought that if I had a credit card or something that went into collections, even though I paid it off in collections, it was going to stay on my credit report for 7 years.
Correct.
Is that true?
That's what they say, but it could get removed before 7 years.
Oh,
Just by finding the correct research, like myself and other companies, they help you remove it. That's why it's very important when you're going to pay any bill that is in collection, make sure that you ask for debt validation. That means as soon as you pay that debt, they have to remove it. Because it's your word against them. They can tell you anything over the phone, but if you don't have something written, how are you going to validate
At what point in the game do you need to ask for that letter? Before you pay that off?
before you pay it off?
Yeah, because the other than that be on there.
Yeah, before you pay it off, ask for that letter.
And
They're
then you
gonna
be
send
all
you-
up there sitting waiting for this bitch to get off work in the parking lot.
Yeah. Ask
Oh,
them for that
I'm
letter.
sorry, I told on myself.
So yeah, you ask them before you pay the hey, I need a
So
validation.
I can just say, hey, this credit card is in collections, and I want to work toward paying it off, but I want you to send me a validation letter.
Yes, a debt validation letter.
A
As soon
debt
as-
validation.
Debt
Let me write
validation.
that down.
Debt validation. As soon as I paid it, you're gonna remove it on my credit, and it won't. They'll tell you, yeah, but don't pay it till you get that letter. So when it's paid, it has to remove because they'll put it as paid off.
questions, you
Get the
guys.
letter first.
Oh, shucka-mucka. Oh, we got Dion with us, but look at God. What did I do, Rashid? Look at me, I'm doing something fancy.
So now, Andy, you got to get the letter first.
I think I
before you
brought her
pay it
on.
off?
Isn't that
Yes,
great?
tell them that you need
Yes,
the debt validation, and they will send it to
brought
you.
her onto
Wow, okay.
your
To our
live
Facebook.
stream.
Is
Yes.
that cool? I think it's way cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, look at us, guys. Hi, look at us, look. Hi. We're moving and shaking, y'all. It's Dion with us tonight. Dion Henderson. I just wanted to say, Dion Henderson has some information here in the
What
chat.
she did? What'd she say?
Girl, I gotta bring it all the way up here. What about companies that consolidated or credit companies? Are they good, or are we wasting our money paying them?
Those
the majority
corporations, right?
Corporation.
Those debt consolidation companies.
I'll say it's good and bad. Like I said, a lot of us rely on this company, but it's not only the company to do the work for us. We also got to do it ourselves, because remember, we were the one that put them debts on ourselves. So don't only rely on this company. We also got to do our part. So say if you're using one of these companies, just don't only pay them. Do your job by keep on paying your bills on time, not maximizing them credit cards. Stop opening accounts, because if you know that you're fixing your credit, why would you go apply for a car?
Right.
That's another, you're opening, that's a hard inquiry, and that's going to go on your credit.
Yeah.
Why are you going to pay a bill late when you know that that's going to affect your credit and bring your credit down? So that affects the process when you're fixing your credit. It affects. So like I say, these companies, good and bad, it's allowed to you, but you also got to put in the work. Don't expect for them to do it, because
Faith without works
and this
is
is
dead.
not overnight. Credit restoration. Building your credit is not overnight because it didn't take a month or 30 days. No, it takes time to remove all the negative items from your credit. And a part of it, you know, these companies sell our debt. When we don't pay it, go to collection, they sell it to
another person.
parties.
So they still making money off of the debt.
They still making money out of you all the time. That's
and then they start calling people.
They start harassing you.
Girl, what?
When they're not supposed to harass you. You could sue them for harassing you because after a certain time, these debt collectors should not be calling you.
Oh, girl, I used to work at this one office suite, and this man, he was collecting money, and he would just sit there. I'm going to tell you guys a true story. And he'd sit there, pick up the phone. I'm going to come over there and break your fucking legs if you don't give me my money. Click, hang up the phone.
They are trained to do that.
See,
they are trained. They are trained to do that. Another tip that I could say when another tip when a debt collector call you, don't give them no information. Don't answer. Don't say anything. Tell them write a written letter. Because soon as you answer the phone and give them information what happened, you're saying that debt is yours. And what's going to happen? You're accepting it, and they open that account, and it's back to open. So you got to be really careful when you know you're dealing
spam
with
risk.
Spam. All these people.
Do not answer numbers you don't know.
Don't answer. Oh, they'll go to your door. They're taking you to court and all of this. Don't be scared. You know, find out more information. Look, like I said, and don't say it's the police. Sometimes it's people that these collectors pay people to go leave letters to your front door, and people get scared. And a lot of us don't like to read. Reading is very fundamental.
See, that's the part when they say if you want people to know something, put it in a book because you know they're not going to read it. That's so sad.
Or read in the bottom.
We got to do better.
We got to do better. Reading is fundamental.
Rashid, do me a favor. Can you do the comments for me?
Than it is to get out of it.
You can see so much better than me. From Dion.
It seems like it's easier to get in the debt than it is to get out of it.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Girl, I know you just slip right. It's like sin.
Well,
it's like
because you have so much
slip
fun
right on
getting
in.
into debt.
Yeah, it's hard to get out. You be like, damn, here come that quicksand again. We got some Rashid. Go ahead. So we got some comments for us.
Okay, so
I know, right?
Okay, so we said borrowed credit. What about companies that consolidated or credit fixed companies? Are they good or are they wasting money paying the monthly? It's so good. This can make this a series. It's smart to pay your credit card off
Jerome Rucker
and not use them. What happens when things on your report is 20 years old?
Oh, those can be removed.
Those can be removed. Like I said, the credit cards, you have to use them because now if you don't use them before, if you don't use it within 6 months, they close that account. So now some banks at 3 months they're closing your accounts. So you have to use it. What you could do if you don't want to use it,
that 30%.
That 30%. Put your bills in automatic payment. Just put a bill and you don't have to use that card. If it's $30, just put a bill and it's using it and you don't have to use that card.
It feel like Hulu or something.
Hulu, anything.
Oh, but no, you got to put your Hulu on your Experian boost.
Yeah. So you can put
I'm
any
gonna go home. My
card
whole
tonight.
world about to change, y'all.
About to be different up in here.
Yes.
But I think now back in the day, you could write to the credit card bureaus. There used to be Experian, TransUnion,
and Equifax.
Right, and Equifax. You could write to each one of them and say, talking to Jerome's question, that this debt is on my credit report and it is unfavorable, but it's older than 7 years. It's 15 years old since the paid off date. Don't they have to remove that within 30 days?
They have to remove it, yeah, but it's another thing also. Is another tip that I could give y'all. When removing these debt, make sure that there's no addresses attached. If you have 30 addresses, that debt, they're gonna know it's you because you haven't removed them addresses from your debt. So another tip you could do is to get these items removed quicker from your credit, calling each credit bureau and have them remove all them old addresses and phone numbers. So when you start repairing your credit, them debts are not attached to you, and guess what happened? It has to remove because nothing that says that debt is yours, the address is not yours.
Wow.
So removing them old addresses, removing them old addresses from your credit really helps to remove these items from your credit. They might not remove it in the first round, but they're gonna have to remove it because there's no address associated to that debt.
But isn't like my social security number?
Yeah, is that the number that links to it?
And so they know it's my debt no matter what my address is.
Yeah, but the address is, you remove it from your credit bureau. It's your social, but like I said, it's a lot of people stealing fraud using your social. So like I said, when you remove the addresses, you can say, hey, that is not mine, because there's no address that says it, prove that's yours.
Right.
But if you have all these addresses, that's your debt. You can't say it's not yours because your address is right there, and that
Your
debt
ID.
has that address.
Wow.
So it's always important not to have a lot of addresses, phone numbers in your credit bureau because it also affects you. And when you get them addresses, your credit score also goes up.
Really? And you get rid of them.
When you get it, your credit goes up within 30 to 45 days.
Wow.
You see an increase.
That's interesting.
So that's a lot of information that people don't like to share. But like I say, free information helps a lot of people.
Yes, it does. God
A lot of
bless
these
you.
companies, they're just after your money. Some people really don't want to help people. It's just
Right.
after the money.
That's so true.
So like I say, always check if they're certified. Investigate, because not all companies are bad. We have to do our investigation.
Right.
See, is it worth for me? Look at the reviews. Look how many people have they helped. Investigate before you give your money just because you want to get that quick. Like I said, credit night is not overnight. It's not a quick fix.
Gotcha.
It's going to take time. It's not going to take, sometimes it might take 30 days, it might not. Each case is totally different. Depends on how long you have had this debt and items on your credit.
Got it.
It's a process. It's about removing a negative item, building your credit, so you're taking all the old and bringing the new and good and start building.
Got it.
What
That's
are your
amazing.
thoughts on student loan debt? You talked about there were two things that make up a big portion of the debt in America.
Credit cards and student loans.
Right. So how does someone address their student loan debt? Maybe it's been there for, I don't know,
For
20
years, well, student loan is, I know that there's a couple of companies that are canceling the student loan. I think Sally Mae, NetNel, Navient, some of the student loans, they're getting removed. They've been getting removed.
Yes.
It's just like right now in July.
Because of the COVID stuff, huh?
The COVID, right now in July, they're about to start taking off medical bills.
Supernatural debt
Medical
relief.
bills.
That's
yes,
God.
so they're doing their job helping us to get debt free.
Because
But we also
can't nobody got no money to pay
no,
that shit.
yeah, and like I said, they're helping us to get these items removed. We got to get to work and do what we got to
We
do.
just gotta get in there and
we
make it
just gotta
happen.
make it happen. Stop making.
Now, what
excuses.
about people who are just have I don't know what it's called, but it's like a phobia. They just can't look at their finances. They're like, help me. What about those kind of people? Can you help that kind of person?
I can help you. I'll give y'all a little education, help y'all. Yes, I can help you. But as far as student loans, like I say, it could be removed just if it's
So do you
closed or
just call
default.
your lender?
You call your lender, but you should know how much you owe because they send you a statement. You should know what it is, and from there also, if you could put it on deferment, as you know, the student loans, it's been in deferment for almost more than 2 years. So it's been stopped. So you're gonna tell me
I'm here to call about your car's extended warranty. I need you to pick up this number. In fact, I'm gonna press this number here to be
Don't take that call.
to be referred to one of our representatives.
I hate that.
That's a scam.
That's a scam.
Are more of
That's a
women
scam.
more serious about their credit than men?
Battle of the sexes.
I
Here you go. Here
I
you
think
go.
vice versa.
Here you go.
I say vice versa.
Vice versa?
Yeah.
Men are more serious because it wasn't until I sold my car and I tried to go get a car at I think Nissan or Toyota, one of those two, and they were like, you don't got the credit. And I was like, oh my God, I can't, you know what I'm saying? And I got my son, and I'm like, I can't be around here with no car. So when that happened, and that and my son, I was like, no, I need to get serious on my credit. And I've been serious on my credit ever since then. So I was just wondering, are men more serious or women more serious about it? Because the women out here, they balling too, Women out here balling too. So I'm like,
You
yeah, the women, they on
what,
it.
Lord
That's
Rockham?
lazy.
He trying to start stuff.
No, I'm not.
He's
starting
just a
stuff.
little
Men-
sexist.
are
God
men
bless him. He
lazy
can't
when
help
it comes to
himself.
the
He
credit?
can't help himself.
Or no,
What?
You trying to start stuff?
no, how? Are men lazy?
No.
No. My brothers, they not serious about their credit. My brothers got what Miss Jackie was just talking about, that financial folk. They don't, they like,
yeah, people be like, they be like, I don't even want to know here.
Yeah, they don't. I'm like, look at your credit. I'm trying to help them, and they like,
Oh God,
I don't
no.
need that right now. It's
Yeah.
not
You
important.
look at it and tell me what it is, and then here's the money and you take care of it.
People look for
Just
credit,
teasing.
try to get their credit fixed is when they need it. Right now is the time to try to get our finances right.
Before all the stuff
credit
crash, huh?
It's nothing to be scared of, because if he wasn't scared to get into debt, why should she be scared
to get
of
out
fixing
of it.
get it out of it and
Right.
fixing your past mistakes? It's we all go through this. Even the rich people, even the wealthy
Yes,
people go
they
through
do.
this. So it's not
It's nothing
something
to be
that you shouldn't
ashamed
to
of.
be ashamed of. We all
Got
go
it.
through this,
Got it.
and it's help. It's really help out there. There's a lot of help. It's there's really genuine people out here that really want to help you
Yes.
get it together, especially if you have kids, because the kids are our future.
I know.
So, you know, if what we're showing our kids is good to get into bad debt, no, we need to show them how to save, what to do, so they won't fall in the same mistake that we did.
Absolutely.
And they watch everything we do. They watch every
They
little
drink a
thing.
sponge.
They mimic. They are a
Yeah.
sponge.
I know.
So, Naomi, I
Jeez,
have a
Makeesh.
question. What are your thoughts on bankruptcy? Like, when should someone really consider filing bankruptcy?
I'm not really a fan of bankruptcy, but bankruptcy, people put bankruptcy, they think putting bankruptcy, that removes the other debt. It's still going to remain in your credit 7 years. So might as well try to find a way how to fix it, work it, and pay it off. It's just like credit repair, the same thing. You file for bankruptcy, you're still going to have to pay to get that removed from your credit. So might as well just call the company and do payment arrangements. So I'm not a really fan of bankruptcy, and I don't really recommend it. People think that, I do bankruptcy, it's going to release me. No, it's not. It's still going to remain in your credit. It's still going to be there. And you're still going to have to pay to get out of there.
Wow.
What do you think about Credit Strong? Have you heard about Credit Strong?
I've heard about Credit Strong, but
They're based in Texas. It's kind of what
yeah.
they give you like $1,000 loan, and then you pay it off paying like $15 a month. So as you're paying $15 a month and you're paying off that debt, that loan that they gave you, it boosts your credit.
You're building your credit. There's a lot of companies that it's just like it's a lot of couple of companies. They're self-builder that will help you build your credit. But why will you build your credit when you already have a lot of negative items in your credit?
You got to start cleaning that off.
The correct way would be to get rid of all that negative items, all them negative
Instead
stuff,
of putting
and
new
start
on
building.
top.
Because you're building in top of a record that you already have a lot of negative things. So you working in top instead of working from the bottom.
Right. I would definitely not recommend that.
So I would not recommend it.
I only had 2, so that's why I was okay.
Yeah, you could do that if you just have 2. But if you have so many negative items on your account, on your credit, remove that, then start building. That's the correct way.
Right.
So I have another scenario.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have 8 credit card accounts, because you said the first was student loans. Now I know I can try to write that off because companies are doing that. You said the second biggest debt is credit cards.
Yes.
So I have 8 credit cards, but I don't have money to pay the minimum due on all 8 of these, and I want to try to repair my credit. Is a successful strategy picking one of those 8 and paying that one completely off and just sending the other ones only $5 a month? Or should I try to send everybody an equal amount?
You have 8, girl. If you know you was able to pay, why would you use all that money?
Because it was free money.
No, it's not free money.
That's how I saw it. I saw it as free. Nordstrom said, "Here's $1,500 free dollars." Then Macy said, "Here's another $1,500 free
Then
dollars."
Saks said,
"Here's another 15." Then Dillard's said, "Here's another 15." Then Discovery said, "We really like you," and they gave me another 15. Before I knew it, I had 8.
Okay.
Is that bad?
What is that called when you call companies, or credit card companies, you tell them, look, let's do a
Payment arrangement.
payment arrangement. It's kind of like where you guys agree on an amount that you pay off.
A settlement.
Settlement.
Exactly.
So I can negotiate the total debt down.
With the bank.
yes,
The bank,
with
yes, you can.
settlement,
With
yes.
each one.
Does my account have to be in default for me to do that?
Question.
I don't think so.
You think
But
we
if they close, if the account is open,
They're open.
they're all open.
All 8 of them.
All 8 of them. Then you could call the bank and you could do a payment arrangement or something to pay amount.
But they not with
each-
no bank. They with Nordstrom's.
With all the
Saks,
companies,
all that.
the store companies.
Yeah. The
You just,
financer.
the financer, you just call them and make payment arrangement for all, so they won't close them and it won't affect you on your
Your
credit.
But I don't have enough money to pay all 8.
Well,
What
they're gonna end up closing it,
Right.
and that's gonna affect your credit.
Randy, you're supposed to be giving me advice as to
I'm
how I can
honest.
move forward. You
I'm
sound like my case is
honest.
hopeless.
I'm being honest.
Oh well,
What-
bitch,
what-
you on your own,
Hold on, what
man.
that-
Get it out your ass,
Like,
bitch. That's what
you
you
don't
trying
gotta
to say.
pay
That's what she said.
for
She
my
like,
credit card. I thought I had to pay them at least $50, and I kind of found out I could pay them 25, 30. It don't have to be
The full amount.
a full amount. It could be whatever.
It just give you something, just a little something.
Yeah,
Help me,
yeah,
help me.
But she don't have nothing. She have 8 cards. She don't have nothing.
have enough money to pay all 8.
Like settlement payment work like this. Like let's just say you in debt. You in debt $600. You can call them and be like, listen, let's close this account. I'll give you $300. Let's close it right now. And they're like, cool. We'll close it right now for $300.
Like $250.
Yeah, $250.
Right, $350.
You in debt $600.
And sometimes you know that when the settlement, you pay the $250, and they close the account, and then you have to still open the account. So you know when these accounts, when they close them, you pay the $250, and they still close your account, and then you have to open the account again.
As they should, because I didn't pay the whole amount, right?
Some people say,
but here's the question: does it go on my report?
Yes.
As a negative.
Yes, it will go on your report.
Wow.
See, that ain't fair.
Settlement still goes on your account.
Because it's nothing written. You didn't have any letter. It's your words against them.
No. Or what if you get the letter?
Charge off.
A charge off.
Okay.
What if you get the letter then?
The validation letter.
You get the validation letter. It won't affect
from the
you.
top.
But you got to get that early in the game. You got to get that 15 after on the when you paid your
before you start zelling anybody.
You are gonna pay that other payment 3 days before. 3 days before you pay that payment, when you make that payment, you better get that validation letter.
Got it. Wow.
And that's how you could get.
I'm gonna get my points up. I'm about to be bald.
Honey, when I come back, when we go here, you gonna have a store?
Bitch. I am Birds Goodman on me. Let's go to the NYC. Go shopping.
And a dated Bergdorf.
A dead Bergdorf. Oh my God.
That's been such helpful information.
Absolutely.
I got razzled down. I got excited. Thank you so much.
The way I'm going, the way I'm tracking, they said by November, December, I'll be at a 7.
That's what I'm talking about.
You could be before if you know use your credit. If you pay your stuff all before the due date within 30 to 45 days.
I told you I have 8 and I don't have enough money to pay them.
Look, you just done. You don't know. You better like on Monopoly. You just be like, I don't know. You just off the table, dog. You just take a little chip.
Is that a scenario for bankruptcy?
No.
You gotta call and work it out with the financer.
That'll be the best thing before they sell that debt to another company. Try to do settlement with them, something, or do an arrangement. Because if you don't, they just gonna keep on selling your debt, making money, and you're gonna have to pay one of them companies back, or use a consolidated company to get them items removed from your credit. So you're still gonna have to pay.
Now here's another thought. So I have these 8 cards that I can't pay. Right? But I could go and a bank is willing to give me enough money in way of a loan to pay off those 8.
Oh, your cousin, that's the bank. You got a cousin that's just gonna hook your ass up.
They're not gonna give it to you. The bank's not gonna give it to you.
See, the bank gonna give you shit.
But what they call consolidate, like credit consolidation.
Yes.
Isn't that what they do?
Yeah, but
I shouldn't do that.
If you have all them 8 items in your credit, it's on your credit. They're gonna look at your credit history. You got these 8 credit cards. You wasn't able to pay them. What make it look like you're gonna pay me back?
Because my monthly charge with you is cheaper.
Lesser.
If I got 8 cards and everybody wants
for 15 for 5,000 a month, and then I can do it with
$100. Then that's $800. But maybe you're gonna cover this.
Maybe, but
and I'm only gonna have to pay you $250.
They're gonna be skeptical. They might just give you a secure credit card than a credit card.
What is it? No, what the frick is that about? Why? Why? That's just your own money.
That's skeptical. Yeah, you're gonna have to use your own money to build your credit before we give you money and make sure you're gonna pay me my money back. Because if you didn't pay these companies back, we'll make it look like you're gonna pay me my money back.
Because you're supposed to help me. That's what's on your sign.
That's a stupid. I could just buy my goddamn self. Shit. The fuck? I don't need to give you my money. Shit.
Wow. I
love it, right? What's up, comments saying, Rashid?
Comment disappeared.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, they went away.
Yeah, comments are gone.
Okay, so here's a question.
Thank you,
I have trouble understanding this. What exactly is a recession, and what are the conditions that create it?
I need help. I need help.
I'm looking to know. I want to know.
I want to know.
Hold on, let me see.
Let's go.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't worry about a recession. I live day to day. If I got my money for my bread today, I will make sure I'm gonna have it for tomorrow. Man, I live day by day. I need financial, economical help too. So I don't know.
All right.
You know.
Okay, I got one question.
Okay.
So let's see. Is that good when paying off a card? Does that hurt you?
Paying off a card?
Paying off the card?
No, car.
A C-A-R.
When you pay your car, it does help you when you pay it off because your credit goes up. So if you pay it off, it's really good to build your credit. Paying off your credit builds, as long as you don't have no late payments, it helps you build your credit report, and it helps. So paying off your car before is really good. It helps you.
Okay, and someone has a comment saying that bank represent in certain situations is good. You start fresh, and man, you can build your credit in those 7 years. I did it, and I was still able to purchase a house and 2 cars, and was able to get good credit cards I wanted. So it worked for me and my wife, but everybody's situation is different.
Correct.
What he said he paid off?
He said that, let's see, bank representing certain situations is good. You start fresh, and man, you can build your credit in those 7 years. I did it and was still able to purchase a house and 2 cars, and was able to get.
Oh, that's Facebook. I mean, on YouTube.
No, that's Facebook. And was able to get a credit card. So it worked for me and my wife, but everybody's situation is different. Okay.
And maybe you should give your number and your handles again, so because everybody's situation
Yes,
is different, and they need
each
to
case
speak
is
with
different.
you.
So for some people, it could work, but maybe for you, it can't. It depends what's all on the credit, the history, all that. We all have to analyze and check that. But like I said, y'all could call me at 713-894-9103.
There you go.
Yeah,
That
yeah, I'm
is
definitely
great.
gonna get on that validation letter, because what had happened was I had paid this company to help boost my credit. I was paying them $80 a month, and they helped remove the T-Mobile account that I had. And I'm like, okay, cool. So T-Mobile's gone. Then a few months ago, I got a letter from T-Mobile saying I owed them $800. I'm like, wow! I thought you guys said you removed these negative items, because I got a letter saying it was removed along with the other car loan that I had. So I don't know if it was because I didn't get a validation letter or the company didn't ask for one that I was paying. So
That's how they work.
validation letter is very
this is all
important.
money. So if you don't ask for that, because when you call, they say you're being recorded. So they got proof that you said
See,
yes
they
to
call-
everything.
You're on a recorded line.
But what do you
You're
have?
gonna hold everything
to say?
against your ass. You know, they just need to tell you
They're
that.
smart.
Basically.
Yeah, I'm coming
so
for
when
you.
you have these companies where you're paying every month to remove credits off your report, remove negative items off your report, what is something that you should ask from the company? You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, you guys, where's the proof that you guys removed these items?
The proof is that the credit bureaus will send you the report directly to you. As soon as items get removed, every 30 to 45 days, each credit bureau will send you a letter letting you know the report of what was removed from your credit, what was not. It'll say deleted, remain, or updated.
Yes.
Also, if you have access to all these credit bureaus online, you could also see online through each credit bureau as Experian. When you get items removed, you also get an email telling they let you know when they receive the letters, when they start working on it. They give you a code, and you're also able to see what was removed on your credit before you get the letter.
Oh, wow.
So you're able to know what was removed, what was not,
Yeah, I love it.
by just going to the credit bureau, open your free account, and you're able to see what was removed, what was not.
Yeah. Shout out to Experian.
Yes, they're really good.
Amazing, okay?
Wow.
Man, my credit has jumped up 100 points since last year. In the last year.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey,
So we talked about paying ourselves first.
right.
And most of us want to try to do the right thing and pay off our credits. Should we spend all of our money making the minimum payments, or should we, before we begin to budget, put away something for ourselves? And if so, what should an average percentage be?
You could put money for yourself, 10%, 10%, 20% is up to you, and start saving.
Yes.
Yeah. I
think that's
it's
a good
beautiful thing where your bills are now helping you.
Helping you.
Yeah, when you pay your bills, and it's like not only did you pay your bills, but also it helped
Save.
It helped you by
Building.
your credit. So that's what a game is at now. And
Game
I'm like,
changer.
Yeah,
Right,
I love it. It's a game changer.
So we're living. Is that part of like the new world order kind of concept? Would
I'll
you
say
say,
this is the new
sis?
world.
Yeah.
Everything new. We're just preparing. So much things going on since COVID started. It really impacted us, changed the way of us thinking and seeing things. It's just telling us, hey, get prepared. Anytime they could say we're closing, you don't have no water, anything saved, no money saved, and if you don't have no credit cards, these places gonna be closed. They won't accept cash. Most of these places just gonna accept debit
That's
card,
that
credit card.
cashless
When you
society.
go to the store, it's self-check. It's not that much people in these boxes to charge you.
No.
And when you go to self-checks, we don't accept cash, just debit cards. So that's just a sign for us to get prepared. They're replacing people with machines.
Yes, they are doing that.
So they're replacing cash with Vicon and all this stuff. So it's just a eye-opener, a rude awakening. It's a wake-up call.
What do you think? So you guys' faces are like, oh my God, I'm trying to get us
like,
into
wow.
social media world, guys.
Yeah.
That is some, wow. What do you think of Lord Rockham?
Oh man, I'm glad I started already. You know, so I'm on my journey.
It's never late. It's never late
It's
to
never
get
too
started.
late,
It's
yeah.
never late. It's never late.
Never too late.
Never
So
late.
what do you think about these places like prepaid credit cards, like a Green Dot card, or they have those different ones, and they give you a certain amount off if you automatically deposit your paycheck. Do you think those are good ways to build your credit?
No. Debit cards don't help you build your credit. Credit cards and secure credit cards.
Right.
Debit card, you just using your money, but you're not getting points on anything of how you use it. As far as a credit card, secure credit card is going to help you build your credit. So it's based on credit. So debit cards don't really work. It's just like cash.
So do prepaid credit cards help you?
Yes. Secure credit cards, yes, it does. Because you're using your own money, you building your credit, then after depends, some credit cards within 3 months, 4 months, you graduate to credit cards. And what happened? They start incrementing giving you money for you to use the money. So it does help. And it's gonna show you how to manage your money because you're using your own money. So you're gonna have to be constant, put money and use it. And not misspend it because okay, if I use this amount, my credit ain't gonna go up. Now, if you use the bank, I'll pay them back in payments. You're
You're
drowning yourself. You're drowning yourself. But by using your money, you're gonna be skeptical. If I use this, I gotta pay it back. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done because it's your money.
Yeah,
You're
see,
gonna
that'd be
learn how
me.
to budget and control your money a little bit more.
Instead of it controlling me.
Correct.
Hard card to play, Lori G.
It definitely is. It is. It's a
okay.
whole lot to consider.
I know.
Yes. So what are the building blocks? So I've been wowing out. I got these 8 credit cards. I can't pay them. I got, all these other
These 8
issues
credit cards.
financially. But I want to get myself on a budget. What are the fundamentals of budget planning?
Budgeting.
What's the first thing I need to do to start to establish
Get your
my
money
budget?
right, Lori?
Yeah, I got to get it right.
Get you a pen and paper
Uh-oh.
Pen and paper.
and make a list.
713-894.
9173. Get your pen and paper and start, first, your bills. Okay, your rent, light bill, everything. So, okay, this is what I need to pay and bill. And then whatever's left, that's the money you have left. So, budget yourself. If you don't have a list of what you have to pay, as soon as you get that check, you're going to blow it in the same day. You don't even know where that money went because you just start spending it. While you have something written, okay, this is what I have to pay each month. This is the money I have extra. Okay, this money I have extra. Let me put 10% here in the bank account and the other 10% is for the rest. And that's how you start saving. And the other thing I said, your bank statement. You don't know where your money go? Well, with that bank statement, you're able to know everything you spent your money in and highlight all the expenses. And from there, you start taking, okay, this is not necessary, this is necessary, this is not necessary. And that's another way to start saving your money every month, knowing where your money is going to.
That's good
You're
to
going to have
know. It is
control
good
and
to
track.
know.
Do
It
this
is.
for
I've been
3
getting better.
to 6 months. You will see the difference.
You be feeling better about yourself,
You're
too.
going to feel better. You'll be like, okay, I got more money in the bank account. What I'm doing? What? You took control of your finances. You took control.
Yes.
You started educating yourself. Your finance, saving a little bit more.
Yes.
Preparing yourself.
Prepare yourself, Jack.
Knowledge is power.
Yes,
Knowledge
it is.
power.
Knowledge is power.
So let's go a little deeper because finances is it's just real, and when it comes to relationships, it's always a problem, with couples out there who go 50-50 or couples who just like it 70-30. When it comes to finances, what do you suggest? And this is just like your opinion. It's not it's not whether it's right or wrong. But what do you suggest when it comes to let's just say someone who just in a relationship, but they're thinking about getting married. They ain't got married yet, but they're like, they've been in a relationship a long time. What is the best scenario for them to go in finance?
Speak about their finances. See what's affecting them. That's why it says it's significant others. Y'all finances is separate, but it's always good to speak about, what is the debt, because as soon as y'all get married, it becomes your debt.
Right.
It becomes your debt. If y'all get married, he got child support. Guess what? They're gonna take you too, because they're gonna take that money from you because y'all married. Y'all have the same bank account, all that. So it's very important, to speak about your finances and see, hey, this is this, and be honest, because it's gonna affect both of y'all. It's gonna affect y'all.
Right.
You got to disclose that. Like, at what point in the relationship should you begin
deal breaker?
Talking about the money? You know what I mean? Like, when?
For sure.
For real. Like, what point in the relationship?
It depends. Some
kinda
people
depends.
say right away, but you can scare them off.
Part of the application.
Yeah, you got to find the correct time. Right time.
There's no right time. You
It's
just
not
gotta-
a right time.
you just
It
throw it
depends,
on
you just
people.
throw it off.
Oh my God.
Be honest. Be honest. True to both of y'all. If y'all really meant to be together, right? Just know what's going on. Prepare yourself. You have the decision if you want to keep on or not. Some people get into relationship and they don't know what's going on with the finances. When y'all together, well, if I should have known that, I could have had the choice to make a decision whether to keep on or not.
Right.
Relationships, man, I don't know. Because, I guess you got to really like a person, because what if you find out that they money ain't right? You know what I'm saying? They looked like they was good and they had, look, Lord, yeah. And you thought they was together, and then you realize, because everything that was on social media was absolutely not true.
Right.
That's
You
right.
see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But, Lord, have you heard of those type of situations?
Right.
Lord?
That does
Yes.
happen.
They looking good with Gucci, but the credit is messed up.
Girl,
Right,
girl,
yeah,
girl.
got a lot of that going on.
They living with the Jones. They're trying to, keep on with the Jones.
Right. I mean, so
That's a really valid point right there.
yeah.
That a lot of people, they may live outside of
their means.
what they can really afford.
So if
Comfortably.
you don't have $10, you don't have nothing in your back pocket. Why are you gonna swipe that card knowing that you don't have it? And a lot of us, we know we don't have it, but we still gonna go spend that money that we don't have.
Right.
Well, because we all went out for drinks, and I really, I didn't want to be the one that didn't have one, so I used it.
I'll
That's
stay
why
home.
I can't pay the 8 cards.
I'll stay home. I'll stay home.
I used it on something else.
What about the instances where a woman is making more than a man? A lot of that is going on.
Here he go. There he go. There he go.
Okay.
There you go.
Quick story, real quick. The women are graduating at a higher rate than men right now from college, right? From school. There's a lot of women graduating and doing a lot of big things. And what comes to my mind is, okay, it's a beautiful thing that women are educating themselves and
Women are dominating. They've
Let me
dominated.
tell you how that's a problem in the household. Now, watch this. So I'm thinking, the women, they coming up, meaning they're gonna end up earning more money than the men.
We are.
Okay, so that's a
Statistically,
real-
that doesn't
So
happen.
be
Okay,
nice.
listen,
So
fellas.
be nice, men. Be
when a woman
nice.
is earning more than you, some women, not all women, some women use that as an advantage. Like, hey,
Yes.
talk to me nice, cause I don't need you. I can do this on my own. How can I say this? Because I'm trying to form this into a question. It started just as a statement, but I'm trying to form it into a question. Do you see that a lot? I guess in helping men and women.
Yes.
Like what?
Yes. Or
Yeah.
sometimes vice versa is man making more income than the woman and say, hey, this is this, but it's mutual, help each other. Or it's a lot that you say, it's 50-50. You pay 50, the other one pay 50. You see a lot of that. A lot of people say, if I'm with the man, he has to pay everything. And it's not how it works. It's mutual. You have to find the way how we can help. God forbid, maybe the man stay without work, then it's your job to help him till y'all get together, help each other
let's
out.
stop right there.
Oh.
So some women feel like, no, see how this Lord said, I'm not gonna help you because
Like-
I'm earning more than you. You need to figure it out.
Get it together,
Is that
bud.
fair? Is that fair?
I think
If the man been there helping you and all that, if something happens, if he's been helping, why not? But everybody
I
thinks
think
different.
you have to contextualize what that means, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we have to help each other,
You help each other.
right? So I have a problem with help me. When you gonna help me?
Yeah.
Men,
Do you know what I'm saying? Why can't we
Something.
join together? But again, if we are together, then of course I'm going to help you because you're going to help me. And help, just
Help
for
me.
clarity,
Right.
is not always monetary.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think sometimes men, no
Could be
disrespect,
sexual.
some men equate that help to monetary value, and it works both ways, right? Because I make the most money, I don't have to help with dishes or cleanup or this or that.
Both of us have to do it in the
Right.
house.
I think it's that everybody contributes to the relationship. And I do think finances are important, but I think we should categorize, there's no one perfect right way to budget within a relationship.
Right.
Some relationships we keep our stuff separate and we create a household budget and each of us contributes to that. Other people, we're going to take all our money and
Put it
pour it into
together.
one pot and we're just going to pull from it and we each have our own little personal amounts.
So
Right?
would you expect a man to help you with housely duties if you work less?
I think
he
both
works
of
more-
us,
and he works more.
both of us supposed to help in the house.
No,
I
but I mean, should he do equal work that you do in the house if he works more? Does that
But
make
the
sense?
woman works too because she take care of the kids, she cooks, she washes clothes, she does all that. So that's also work.
A lot
It
of
is.
work. It is work.
It is work.
at the house.
Valuable work.
Valuable work. We don't get paid.
Right, exactly. So if he all right, so let's just say he got to go to work and he got to spend 60 hours at work. Should he come home and
Well,
do
let
the
me understand.
dishes
Am
and-
I going to work too?
No,
I'm not going to work.
No,
I'm
you're not
staying
going
at
to-
home.
No, you're not working and cleaning the house. You're just at home.
Chilling.
Well, then that's
And
my
who take
job.
care of the kids? Who take the kids to school? Who pick
that's
them
a
up?
job.
I think
Right.
Lolo, you taking
That's a
them.
job too.
Oh, that is a big
Right,
job.
because
Yeah,
that's a
it's
job.
a job.
When you
I'm
come,
You gotta
not
pack
getting
their cubbies.
paid
You gotta get the
outside
little
of the home.
and when you
chip.
come home, you come to a fresh meal,
next.
house clean, the kids is good, their homework is done. That's a job too.
And you shouldn't, if you loved me and we're in an equitable
now it's
relationship,
based on how much she loved
right?
me.
You shouldn't make me feel less than
No, absolutely.
because I'm working within
And I
the
gotta take
home.
care of these little kids.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right,
I think
right.
that's what I think.
No, that
Yeah.
is a job. Trust me, I tried scrubbing a tub. I said, God bless
Right.
every woman who does that because it's hard work to do. I hate it. Okay,
But you take a
My
bath.
Lord Jesus.
I know. I take it back.
So
but I
who's
gotta-
supposed to clean it up if you took a bath?
I do it. I scrub my tub, but
There
I'm
you
just
go.
saying, like, I hate doing
You
it.
don't like
when
to
I
do
do it.
it.
I'm like, yeah. When a woman be like, "This is work," yes, it is work. Because I don't do it too much.
You can do it.
I'm not that good at it, so I'm just like, "Dang, just imagine really cleaning this thing."
I cannot wait to
Nah.
put this on social media.
Nah,
Lord
I
Jesus.
don't know. I don't
But
know.
I don't know. In a relationship, should it be tit for tat kind of thing? Or should-
Always.
It's always.
It seems as though. Do you guys find that in relationships, but it's always a little, little record?
That's because it's too much 50-50 going on.
Yeah. It's
Do you think that the women should just now dominate and the men, you guys just stay at home and get it together with the kids?
No.
If
what?
they do that, they
No,
would like
really.
it.
If a man, no,
He said it again.
I believe that every man should
What is
go out and
happening?
work. I think every man should go out and work. If a man want to work from home and, cause I
Why
mean,
do we all have to go out and work?
No, I mean, well, no, you can't say that either because since the pandemic, a lot of men are finding ways to work at home through their laptop. Everything is digital, so now you can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna stay at home." You just working from home. So, no.
But I think in a relationship, we should play to our strengths.
Absolutely,
That's a part of it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so if you cook much better than I do, maybe you should be the one who cooks the meals because that's your strength.
Yeah.
And maybe I budget and plan finances much better than you.
Yeah.
Then maybe that should be my role because that's my strength.
Yeah, I don't think those things have gender
Assignments,
assignments
got
to it. Like, yeah, because you clean and cook don't mean you're doing a woman's job. No,
Well, some people do. I live with somebody who tends to think that
not, yeah.
if it's anything like that, it's for a lady. It,
For
and it's
ladies.
so jacked
It's
up.
bad.
I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, so just because somebody got, I gotta, it's not fair.
No, because they got male janitors, they got male cooks. What that mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I would bring that up. Not starting. I ain't
Right.
fighting nobody.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Exactly.
Never mind.
It's just crazy.
But
It is.
Crazy.
Speaking of gender roles and relationships, I'm interested. Have you had any struggles being a female in this industry that tends to be more male dominated?
Yes, I have. you have a lot of men that say, "Oh, I don't want a woman telling me what to do." Ego, oh, they just like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get advice from that girl. That she's too young. What she's gonna know about life." So I do really get that a lot, but I don't let that face me or stop me, because we're learning different things every day. And like I said, we don't live in that era from back then. We live in a new era, 2022. So we're preparing ourselves for the future, for what's going on. So like I said, the values, the communication is not like back then.
No.
That a couple would sit down and
chop it up.
Talk.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what about Monique and the D.L. Hughley situation?
That ties into finance.
Because her and her husband, she's saying that that black people are not accustomed to seeing black men protect their black woman. Well, she said that is why part of the backlash has been so intense, because people are like, well, why is he in your live stream? Why is he in the video? Why is he talking? He ain't done this. And she was just like, Monique, with her baby, babies. It's because she was saying that we're not used to seeing that. She goes, you're not used to seeing a black man protect his woman.
It's just like Will Smith and Jada Smith.
Okay, yeah.
When he slapped.
Oh, boy.
They're not used to a man protecting his woman. Yeah, what he did was wrong. It was way to, fix that and speak about it. But, he was laughing. But then when he saw Jada's face, she gave him that look like, okay, you just gonna sit there, you ain't gonna do nothing?
And I'm pretty sure that happens. That happened in the public forum, but that happens in life.
Real life too.
Yeah,
every day.
Life, yeah.
People scared to speak about this or address this.
Exactly. Yeah.
It is interesting. Go ahead, Sissy.
No, I'm just thinking.
She's thinking. She's like.
I'm just having a lot of trouble with the Will Smith thing, but
Yeah. I mean, it didn't help when she recently came out and said she doesn't feel protected. I mean, like, wow.
Or that she never really loved him anymore.
Right. I'm like, he dropped the mic. You see it.
Yeah, she's not helping that situation at
She a
all.
cold
And
piece. She a
I'm
cold piece.
To the street.
I don't know.
I'm seeing even women who were backing up the fact that Will came in, did his thing, to now saying, no, Jada, like, no, we're not with that. That's not how you behave.
Well, isn't that kind of cold?
Yeah. So we're
What?
dropping
Say
that
something, Lloyd.
situation.
Yes, that is very. Yes. Say something, Lloyd.
She trying to say she been trying to sneak.
I just don't. Come on, after the damn entanglements and all this other stuff, all of that. And you gonna have this man
First year was August Alsina getting all times of just dick down by a man that's like probably old enough to be your son.
Exactly.
First of all.
Yeah, come on.
Then you give Will the death stare after a G.I. Jane joke. He goes up and slaps Chris Rock to Kingdom Come. He comes back. Chris Rock is still making jokes.
My God. Yeah.
And so now, after all of this, after he's been ostracized, Will Smith had basically been banned from Oscars for 10 years.
That's like a federal sentence.
Yes.
And all of his projects, his movies, have been put on indefinite hold. Now you say, I don't feel like I'm being protected.
Because now he ain't gonna have as much money.
That's insult.
Fuck out of here.
I don't know when he's gonna have enough. When is enough?
I really don't know. Because it must be golden. That's the only thing I can think of. It's golden.
Yeah.
Because what are you doing?
I think he's
probably get those
What are you
things like
doing?
Shelly gets done.
I think he has just that like mindset of just like that like very like traditional old mindset of like
Of chasing a woman who don't want you?
basically
what-
thinking, well, I
just
gotta
clowning your
stick
ass.
by my wife through and through. Just fact, even throughout all the bullshit, I gotta
Right, but
stick
look
by.
at your. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. Come on, I don't buy into that.
No, not
because you're
why.
not raising your family through traditional values, right?
Right, no.
You're not doing that. Everything is so modern and new wave and all this other stuff. So when did you become so chivalrous? Right? That's not the foundation of your relationship. It's not the foundation of which you raise your children. I don't buy chivalry. At least not from Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
I mean, from Will Smith, I can buy it. From Jada, no. From Will, I mean, he never cursed in a rap at all. So
Yeah, that's true.
Respectful.
There's only one thing that I can think of that can make a man stay in a situation like that, and that's if she has dirt on him that no one knows.
Look at That's why we're gonna start doing more gutter shows, y'all. That's exactly right.
But maybe it's love.
What's love? What?
What's love
Maybe
got to
it's
do?
love.
love got to do with
Maybe
she
love
loved Tupac.
Sing that song.
She loved Tupac more than she loved Will.
But Will loves her.
More than he love anything.
Then he loves anything. Because he got money, access,
But-
notoriety.
I mean, he
all
could have
that.
smashed Margot
Why?
Robbie. He could have, but he
Because
didn't.
she's allowed him to do all kind of stuff and not publicize it. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that goes on with Will Smith that we don't know about, but she knows.
Yeah.
Close
And she's
doors.
allowed him, and come
That's
on,
why she
it's
just be
rare that you
looking
can
at
meet
him
a
like,
woman
nigga.
who's gonna allow you to be with other women and still be with her.
But she get dick down too, right? I mean,
Yes,
She's been with other
Exactly,
dudes.
but
It's
Entanglement.
it's a quote unquote open relationship.
yeah.
And I'm not judging them.
not at all.
I mean,
Not
that's
at all.
perfectly
got a
Respect.
broad
Yeah.
understanding.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
If it's something we all agree on, then it's
do it.
allowable. We should be able to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got a minute
but
left.
nowadays it seems like
We must
there's
finish.
not a lot there's been a lot of disagreements when it came to what's been going on as of late
Exactly.
in the past like
I don't
5
know.
years.
I just think, I don't know. At the end of the day, Will
Since
Smith
she went
is
bald.
a black man in America,
absolutely.
right?
All right, and I think we're out of time.
those ramifications.
We out of time.
Oh my God.
This has been
you have a good
amazing.
time?
It's been amazing. The topics, it's been amazing.
Good.
I hope y'all enjoyed it. Tune in. Comment below. Share.
We will. All right. Thank you, Lil Rocker.
Thank
God
you,
bless
Lil
you,
Rocker.
King. And thank you so much for your time tonight, Nayandi. You have been a
Thank
blessing to us and our listeners. Will you come back and visit us again?
Yes, I will.
All right. We did it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a